Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of A.T.O.M RPG. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're supposed to join me today as we continue talking to everybody in Krasnoznameni. And we're going into the library, because that says when you stop thinking, when you stop reading, you stop thinking. Is that how it goes? Somebody told me in the comments, thank you very much for that. We have something for this man. We are here to pick up a copy of The Lord of the Rings, which a specific copy in particular that is very badly translated, apparently. But the game doesn't make mention of it. It's just meta text. Can I open this? No, he does. He doesn't mind this. Okay, that's bad. I'm sorry. I can't sneak. You understand. I see you crawling there, little thief, he says. No, okay. Lenin, get out. Come here. Come check these books out. Dang you. Don't you dare. The hunched man over the counter is old. He is very old. Unbelievably so. He looks like he might be 100 years old, but his eyes, however, are still very much full of life. Which makes me wonder how I know that he's very old. Rather, unbelievably old. That doesn't make any sense, actually. Now, if you will allow me to indulge myself in commenting this bit. The narrator is describing someone. It's impossible to get an impression that you don't believe in, right? And the narrator is giving me the impression, or the impression that my character is getting, that this man is very old. Now, my character wouldn't get the impression that he's older than my character would think that he is old, if you know what I mean. He could be 30 for all I care. That's just all about the impression, right? Now, if he told me how old he was, he could be unbelievably old. He could be, I'm 200 years old. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievably old, right? But he couldn't look unbelievably old, right? Because he would always be believable. Because you're seeing it with your own eyes, or at least interpreting it with your own eyes. Oy vey, he says, which is I've heard of this before. I don't know what he means. A good customer is my greatest joy. Are you here to marvel at my books, my dear friend, or would you just like to chat a bit? Old man Abraham will be happy either way. Well, I would like to talk. The old man lights up with a wide smile and slaps his hips. Oh, you've come just to the right place, my friend. Tell me what you want to know, and I will try to satisfy your curiosity to the best of my abilities, he says. When one's life is as long as mine, one inevitably hears many, many stories about everything. Okay, well, tell me about yourself, which is not a story that you've heard. Oh, evil tongues had many names for me back in the day, but my mammal? Mother, I suppose, gave me the name Abraham. I am the owner of this bookstore for a long time now, since the pre-war times. There aren't any bombs powerful enough to make me leave this place, because if I ever decide to leave it, I will have to carry all the books myself. But think of my back. I mean, it's already bent as a sickle, So what should I call you, my future loyal customer? Boris. For a moment, the old man Abraham's cunning look becomes honest and friendly. What an interesting name you have, Boris. It's of Hebrew origins, did you know that? What? It's no laughing matter. All of the languages of this world started with the children of our man, Adam. Ask anyone you want. It's the truth. It's not actually the truth. I think it might be a reference to the Babel's Tower, but I don't exactly know that story. But yeah. So what is that you do around here? I sell books and magazines, my friend. Just look at how many I have lying around here. Old ones and relatively new ones as well. And here I have Samizdat, the treasury of the Soviet dissident movement. Shalamov, Solzhenitsyn, Sorokin, and late Trudov, and even my beloved Andrei Sinyavsky and Yuli Daniel. But these aren't for sale. Yeah, you just said many names at me. How is life in the big city? How's the trade? The city is alive, my dear man. It isn't the most important... Isn't it the most important thing? Ask anyone, he says for the second time in this conversation. They will tell you that Krasnoznameni will still be here 100 years later. But my business... Young people now don't want to read anything. That's all I have to say. That's why I'm so pleased to see people like you coming here, my friend. Yes, you know how it is. Kids these days, they have their iPhones and their audiobooks and spend all the day on Twitter and whatnot. Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, because he didn't say people these days don't want to read anything. He said young people these days don't want to read anything. But also that would make some sense, you know, if I'm taking it seriously, of course. It would make some sense with the death of the country and all organized education, I guess. Schooling would be a serious issue. Huh, that's never really... It's one of the things, I think I mentioned it in other Let's Plays, but one of the things Fallout never touches on is the literacy of people. It's never a concern. It's never a thing that Fallout, you know, it's never a problem that people know how to read or don't know how to read. It doesn't matter. It's not a subject. But in reality, it would be. The preservation of pre-war knowledge would be dependent on people learning how to read. It would be really interesting. Of course, you need to build a whole world around it. You can't just patch over. Okay. So I didn't think of like if you're picking the Fallout universe and trying to make a game where you acknowledge the fact that a lot of people might not know how to read. It's probably going to be very difficult. It's because you know there's a lot of implications on whether or not reading is necessary and if it is taught and how it is taught, and you know there's a lot of implications there. Okay, rumors. Recently, I've studied the ancient booklet on the history of this city and came across an amazing little tale. According to that tale, in the days of Count Roevsky, a powerful rabbi, Leopold, lived in the local lands. Oh, he's got a... Oh, I don't know the name of that. He's a rabbi as well. Or maybe it is... I don't know. Is that only worn by rabbis? It's not. No, it's worn by anybody, right? Am I wrong? I don't know anything. He does have the little thing that I don't know the name of. Once the Count's servants ordered him to make an automatic croupier, which I don't know what it is, for one of the gambling houses. Of course, our hero created a golem from unburnt clay, and in his mouth he put a piece of paper with the word play written on it, and thus the croupier was ready. And everything was fine until one day some pest added the word over to the instructions in his mouth, and from that day it became impossible to win a game against him. Neither cards nor dice. Is that supposed to be like game over? Is that supposed to be the wordplay in here? Because play over is the... Anyway. And because he became a sharper rabbi, Leopold had to drown his creation in a local river. That's just sad, isn't it? I suppose it might also be a reference to a Jewish tale. Maybe. I don't know. I know the golem is from Jewish folklore or lore. I'm not sure. Basically, if it's folklore or lore, or you know, canon and all that sort of stuff. I was instructed to get a book from you. Here's a check. Also, it's not a check. It's a receipt. At least I was instructed it was a receipt. And it is a receipt, see? The old man scans the book receipt, scans with his eyes, I assume, that the barman in Odranoi gave you, and leans under his wobbly desk. Comrade Tolkien, this fine young man is here to get you. The old man hands you the dusty book in a hardcover and exclaims, Lord of the Rings. It should be the Lord of the Rings. It says right there that it's the Lord of the Rings. He's not geeky enough. He's not nerdy enough, I should say. One Piece. Happy to be of service when it comes to entertainment and cultural growth of our society. Is it any good? The book, I mean. The old man squints and replies to you with a smirk on his face. Let's see if he likes it or not. Workers of the world united. Is it going the internationality just now? Starting to say something like that? Started a plenary session. Started to argue, to jangle, to quarrel, to wrangle. But one smart Jewish boy just took a certain ring, and off he was to a volcano. He and his friend. Whoa, what the heck is that? Is that supposed to be friend? Why would you do that? How would you make that typo? I don't know what that is, but anyway. Threw the magic ring into the lava, and that was that. No more problems for the proletariat, for the elven aristocracy, and even the ruling class of Vala. Which isn't Vala, should be Valar. Because the pluralization of the old elven words is with an R at the end, not an S. There's other languages that use different letters. I don't know where the R comes from, but anyway, in Elvish is the same thing, but that Vala is an elven word, a Kenya word. And a Vala, or one Vala, two Valar. See? I'm geekier than you, Mr. Avram. I am on board with that, he says. Also, I have no, like, the implications of his tale are immense. In a game that told us about Lenin in such outlandish ways, and now is telling us about the Lord of the Rings in such outlandish ways as well. Also, the implication here, or rather, not necessarily the implication, but the Lord of the Rings is a work, or just Tolkien, the work of Tolkien in general, is very, how should I put it? Class struggle is not really one of the priorities of the commentary of that book. I'm not calling it opposite to Marxist philosophies or anything, but there's really nothing to grab onto there. You're just adding things on there. Anyway, I hope the bartender will be too on board with that, I suppose. I'm interested in trade. The old man slightly hunches over the counter and starts busily rubbing his hands. Oh, well, that's my pleasure. My goods in exchange for your hard-earned gelt. Please don't touch my gelt. Thank you. Thank you? Thank you. I can't do a barter check, of course. So he's got, I'm not gonna buy anything. I don't think oh, maybe I should. Oh, maybe I should. Are these, oh, they're very expensive. Oh, no, he doesn't like my things. Holy crap, he doesn't like my things. Do I have things that are expensive to you? His prices are astonishing. Astronomical. Okay, what does he have? Double barrel fun. Which I believe would be, of course, for a shotgun. Kill, kill, kill. Survival instructions. These are... Can't do anything. Can I left click? No. The Avant-Garde Almanac. Addendum. Red Poppy and other verses. That's interesting. That's extremely expensive. The Avant-Garde Almanac. Revolutionary verse of Relsoff, which I don't know. The Red Strider. Letters from Up North. This game is very obsessed with the North. Are the northern parts of the USSR specific? Like, do they have like a reputation for being anything specific? Like, I don't know, the southern border of the United States has a specific, what's the word? You know, you think of the Mississippi, and you got that sort of southern. I'm thinking probably inspired by what's the Tom Sawyer? Is it Tom Sawyer? I think it is. Probably inspired. My perception of it anyway is inspired by that or anything, or something like that. But yeah, this game keeps referencing the North as if it's like the Promised Land or something like that, or the opposite of a Promised Land. I don't know. Recipe for healing powder. I mean, the problem here is that I'm really, really poor. I have a little money. And I do, so I could also just steal them. I could just take them, learn them, and then, write them down. Strange antidote. I'll take that. Double barrel fun. I don't have enough money for all this. Thank you. I'll be on my way. Oh, wait a minute. What the heck? You're within your right to say no, but I'll be on my way. Having noticed that you are turning towards the exit, also because I said I would be on my way, the old man clearly starts to panic. Don't be so quick to say shalom and leave, young man. A seasoned adventurer like yourself is a rare occurrence in my modest shop. Please, maybe you could help this old fool with one particularly nasty business? He's not very well read, if he's gonna make that mistake. Why? Okay, why not? I'm all ears. Ears. You're a godsend. It's as if... I don't know how to pronounce that. Huawei? That's Hebrew. That's directly from Hebrew. Because I'm pretty sure Hebrew doesn't have vowels. Yeah, but that's Huawei. Or I suppose it's like Huawei? Is that Yova? Who's... I don't know. Is that Huawei? Anyway, I don't know. It's the god. He's the name of the god. It's as if the god himself made you from heaven's manna. Listen, a new sect of utter Luddites. It's interesting that he would have a problem with Luddites. Have emerged in the north. Again, the promised land. They call themselves the illiterate. That's not what Luddites are. And by the way, plutocracy that I was mentioning a couple of episodes ago is a system of power where the people with money rule. Bureaucracy, I read up on what bureaucracy is a little bit, and while my perception of it having to do with paperwork and with sort of having to go through all the paperwork in a dehumanizing way, that perception is still more or less what bureaucracy is. There's another aspect, another very important aspect of what bureaucracy actually is, and it's got to do with the centralization of power. So I didn't know that, and I learned that when I looked it up. But still, there's a lot of terms that are not well used in many of the dialogues that we have in this game. Anyway, he says, they only attack those who deliver my books to other booksellers. According to their crazy faith, the literacy is to blame for the current state of the I'm sorry, that should be easy for me to read. Fakakta world. They believe that if there are no books, there will be no sciences, no educated people, no technologies that could cause the second nuclear holocaust. That's what they say, and even though I'm not ready to argue with them, I beg of you, help me stop them. I would have been able to forgive the anti-Semitism. Do they... Is that what... Is the Fakakta? Is that... Do they not... Is that the anti-Semitism? Maybe. But the enemies of the books shouldn't be allowed to misbehave. And the only thing you have to do to lure them out of their caves is to show up in their habitat with a bunch of books. If there is love for literature in your heart, this sounds like a fairy tale. Take a bundle of books and head up north to bring justice to these enemies of the written world. Sorry, written word. I mix those words very commonly. What are you willing to give me for it? Well, you should give me the books, actually. But anyway, as is customary, I can promise you that there will be some gelt. Again. And some gefilt fish waiting for you at the end of this endeavor. And maybe, just maybe, even an expensive book for you, avid reader. I also hate books. Okay, I'll try to help you. Thank you. Don't say anything else, or this old man might start crying as a kinder. Yes. Here, take this as bait. Oh, thank you. The old man hands you a hefty bundle of books. This is almost a complete collection of the works of Lenin, bound by a strong ribbon. You take the bundle and let out a whistle. And I got piles of books. Unfortunately, I can't read them. Go walk around the northern lands with this. Sooner or later, you are bound to encounter these wrongdoers. I'm sure I will, and their gelts, with their gelts hanging out or something. Can I look at my inventory? There they are. An almost complete collection of the writings by Lenin. V.I., which might be his name. Vladimir Ilyich. Yeah, like in that episode where I didn't know the Vladimir Ilyich, that's the actual name. Lenin is not his name. That's just, like a nickname or something. As long as you carry it, anybody could mistake you for a traveling bouquiniste. That's a French word. Or that's French origin. I'm pretty sure that this game has a lot of French words. A lot of them. They exist all over the place. And a book of the Lord of the Rings. This book, written by a certain J.R.R. Tolkien, tells a story about a group of scientists who found some weird artifact. The One Ring. What the heck? What in the world? Is that supposed to be a joke about my lack of perception? That is. I think that is supposed to be a joke. Okay, okay. It's fine. It's funny. It's good. It's good. It's good. I like it. I wish I could have gotten it the first time around. You know, the joke. So we are good where we are. Oh yeah, that's right. We need to learn. Where's the thing that I bought? The thing that I bought? Oh, it's not like that. Is it like that? Okay, let's see. You know, do I need to read it? Yeah. Okay. So use. Seems like this is a fragment, hand-copied from a very old grimoire. As you may see, there are various ways to please the black goat. I learned a new recipe for healing powder, but each of them asks for a whole group of people performing such orgies that even the four renowned sodomites, Duke de Blanges, the bishop, Commissioner Curval, and Durset the banker would feel disgusted and ashamed to join them. Well, I'm disgusted at your exclamation mark with 2 points after, so shut up. What do we have over here? Healing powder. That requires a hat. A hat. I don't have the smelly worm. I should have the smelly worm. Those are basically, I just need to get mushrooms. And I'm pretty sure they decompose. So that's pretty good. Okay, now we have a book. And we have a recipe. Wait a minute, does it disappear? It does not, so I might be able to sell it back. Hey! I want backsies. Backsies, what's the word? You know what I mean. I want my money back or something. Let's see. Do you buy... No, you're a terrible person. Yeah, you are. You charge me 103 for this and pay 1? It's terrible. This guy, invest today, become rich tomorrow. That sounds like a bad deal. Oh, it's this guy again. The one that shouts dried fish at me. Hi. Hello. Oh, it's the plump woman. Sure. Let's have a chat with this guy. This young man notices you from afar and waves you energetically. He's been waving ever since I arrived. When you come closer, he unceremoniously slaps your shoulder and says in a confident voice, "Ah, hello to my future partner business partner. I mix words. Well, shall we talk about our strategy?" Sure. Start away, I'll listen. Never wasting any time, are we? No. You're never wasting any time. You are not never wasting any time. Great. So my name is Oleg, but my friends call me simply Oleg. Is that a mistranslation? Okay. Currently, I'm the it could also be a joke at the expense of. Nah, this game came out. It's fine. I'm the sole entrepreneur in the bottle business. Awesome stuff, right? Oh yeah, the bottle business. Color me intrigued. It's easy. Look, for example, you have a bottle. Would you like to use it? How would you like to use it, he asks. To fill up with water, right? Yeah. Yeah, or how I call it, use it like it was meant to be used. But the bottle is a wondrous object that has many various uses. The mere existence of this artifact is mind-boggling. So why don't you try and make some good money with it? How can I make money with a bottle? Other than trying to sell it to someone. That's just the surface level, my friend. Yes, you can sell the bottle. A bottle will always find a customer willing to pay. But any businessman knows that selling stuff isn't how making money actually works. The bottle needs to work for you, see? Not by going to work or building roads and houses, but metaphorically speaking. Which is what it does when you sell it, by the way. Metaphorically speaking, it's working for me. The work that the bottle must do is this: inspiring the actions of those who have bottles. And also put commas in the wrong places in their sentences. You see, the bottles want to move, to take action. They don't want to stay in one place. All this is metaphorical, of course. You must not let your bottles sit in place. They must work. You should not collect bottles if you're not planning to multiply them. Metaphorically speaking, let's not get into nasty stuff in here. Or they do... Or use them to do something, he says. Here's what I'm saying. Think about it. You have the bottle, this space-age multi-tool. Okay. It asks you to use it to get some money with it. If you combine all the uses there are for any bottle, you will get a sum of 10,000 rubles in total. And that's just ballpark numbers. Yes, you would think so. A bottle might make you millions, which means it's not ballpark numbers. Ballpark numbers means it's just a guess, just an estimation. If it's gonna make you millions, that's also ballpark numbers. Let's just leave this place, says Lenin. Bottles are great, but this is just nonsense. Yes. Hold up, don't go. I know that it's a lot of information to handle, but believe me, one day, it just might save your life. Yes, if it made any sense. So you want to sell me a bottle? No, I'm willing to sell you a possibility. I don't want to pay monies for possibilities. No, that's also wrong. I want to make you my partner in business. Stop letting your money line your dirty pockets. Oh, I can give you all my money. That's really not much. Do yourself a solid and invest it into bottles. Bottles are great for investing. They are made of glass, except for the ones that are not. They are fragile, poetic, noble. Those that are made of plastic are almost as good. They are sturdy, reliable, loyal, and practical. Also carcinogenic, for the most part. In your opinion, what's the price for a dream? Zero. Zero money is the price. I think dreams have no price. Yes, it's zero. The price is zero. That's why I'm willing to give you a 1,000% discount on your purchase, which means he pays me 9 times the price that he would ask me. Only 100 rubles for a bottle, and you become an investor. No! Exclamation mark, dot, dot. Not a buyer, a true investor. Thank you for the experience. Many people in the Waste have this old habit of saving money in a stash somewhere, which is good for me because I steal it. But will such saving make anyone rich? No. But careful investment sure will. I'm saying this without a doubt. Well, I am carrying with me the work of Lenin, so I could just like quote you and be like, you're wrong because of this and all that. See, I come prepared, but unfortunately I don't have the money, so I can't really do anything. Maybe I should sell you some of my bottles. I do have a few, but I'm just a player on the bottle market. My clients are rich investors that want to forget about ever being poor. 100 rubles isn't even a price for the life of luxury. I have a better proposal. How about I sell you my bottles for, I don't know, 50 rubles? I see you're a great businessman. Well, let's put it to the test. Example. I have a... He says it just example. That's not douchey at all. I have a rare Duchess soda bottle. That bottle is sought by a rich Trudograd trader, prepared to offer 100 million rubles for it. You want to sell it to him, but I hid it in a box. What do you do? I want to sell it to him. How would I want to sell it to him? How would I do that if I don't have the bottle? You said you have a bottle. I can't... I will take the bottle from you. I see what you mean is even worse. I don't know what he means. This is all nonsense. Well, not necessarily nonsense. He's still to make his point. He needs to make his point. I will take the bottle from you. But will you find it in time? Because... In time? For what? What if I call the militia? See what I mean? You can hold on to your 100 measly rubles now. Measly rubles. Poor little rubles. But that will make you risk losing millions in the future. That's how the world works, buddy. Can I go back to that conversation? No, I can't. Well, I lost my... maybe I didn't. I don't know what that would be. Was he really going to sell me a bottle for 100? Because I think he might have wanted to sell me a bottle for 100. Can I talk to you up there, sir? Unfortunately, I can't. Unfortunately, I can't. Well, we're out of time for the day, which is also pretty unfortunate because, well, you might not have to wait for the next episode because if it's out already, it's showing up over here. But if it's not out, well, you know how it is. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. And, yeah, really hope you enjoyed it. See you next episode. Bye-bye.